Food premises must be kept clean, as high standards of cleanliness are the key to ensuring food safety. Before we start on the subject of cleaning, it's important to know the exact meaning of certain terms associated with it. There are certain rules you need to follow when using any kind of cleaning chemical. Click the rules below to read more.
There are certain rules you need to follow when using any kind of cleaning chemical. Click the rules below to read more. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions stated on the label. Measure the amount needed and use the cleaning chemical at the correct concentration as stated on the label. Apply it for the correct contact time and rinse down well where this is required. Never mix cleaning chemicals, disinfectants and sanitizers. Store all chemicals and other cleaning materials in a designated area away from food. Look at the definitions below and see if you can complete the sentence by selecting the correct term. Yes, well done.
I'm an enforcement officer specialising in food safety and I work for the local authority. Most days are different. I visit a range of food businesses from food manufacturers, shops and suppliers to schools, hotels, takeaways, restaurants, cafes, anywhere producing or selling food really. Sometimes I'm dealing with a complaint like a piece of glass or other foreign body getting in food, or investigating a report of food poisoning, and sometimes I'm just giving advice to businesses. Today I'm off to a premises that I've never actually inspected before. They don't know I'm coming, it's just a routine inspection that I'm carrying out to ensure they're complying with food safety law. I'm checking that operators are storing, preparing, cooking and serving food in a safe, hygienic way. Staff should be wearing suitable clothing, have high standards of personal hygiene and appropriate training. I need to make sure the premises are in a clean, well-maintained condition and there should be no evidence of pests. There should also be a documented food safety management system. If anything is not up to standard, I'll talk it through and give advice. Sometimes, of course, if it's serious, further action needs to be taken against the business. Ultimately, it's all about ensuring customers are served food that is safe to eat.
Let's take a look at some of the notices served on a food business and orders that can be obtained by enforcement officers. A hygiene improvement notice is used to require food businesses to improve something substandard, such as a broken tap or an inadequate food safety management system. A hygiene emergency prohibition notice can apply to premises, for example, to stop the use of premises when there is a pest infestation. Part of premises, for example, to stop the use of a food store without a proper roof. Equipment, for example, to stop the use of a griddle that is not working properly. A prohibition order applies to a person. For example, it could stop someone who has run a food business unsafely in the past from running another one again in the future. What should you do with food that has passed its date mark? This depends both on the type of food and the type of date mark. Click each image to read more. No, that's not quite right. Soft cheese and smoked salmon are high-risk foods, and, like fresh chicken, should be kept chilled. These products will, therefore, carry a use-by date. A frozen joint of beef, lentils, and canned tuna are all preserved foods, and, therefore, have a longer shelf life, so will carry a best before date. Now let's do an activity. By choosing the carton with the earliest use-by date every time, less cream will be wasted. Cartons should be thrown away as soon as they go past their use-by date. Some foods, such as patisserie items like croissants, are safe to cook from frozen if you follow the manufacturer's instructions. However, most raw foods, particularly meat and poultry, need thorough defrosting before cooking. You should not defrost food at room temperature because the surface of the food will then quickly enter the danger zone. Depending upon the type and size of the food and manufacturer's instructions, food should be defrosted in one of the ways below. If frozen food is defrosted incorrectly, it might enter the danger zone, particularly at the surface. Careful monitoring of the defrosting time and final temperature before cooking is useful. The following rules will help keep food safe during defrosting. The container used for defrosting should be clean and used only for this purpose. When using a fridge for defrosting, keep the food covered. Remember that liquid can build up as the ice in the food defrosts, so select an appropriate container and put this in the correct part of the fridge to avoid cross-contamination. When defrosting large items such as chickens or joints of meat, always plan ahead and allow plenty of time. A large joint might need 24 hours or more to fully defrost at 5 degrees centigrade. Never refreeze food that has been defrosted. If the food passes through the danger zone, bacteria can multiply and the risk of food poisoning increases. Defrosting and refreezing also affect quality and nutrient content. Which of the following options do you think will complete the statement below? Yes, that's right. Food, such as whole chicken, must be defrosted thoroughly before cooking. If there are any areas that are still frozen, these may not achieve the temperature required during cooking to kill pathogenic bacteria. Moreover, these areas of the chicken may remain in the danger zone, therefore allowing bacteria to multiply rapidly. You have now come to the end of this module on refrigeration, cooling, and cold holding of foods. In this module, you have learned about: to read more or save and print a summary of the topics covered, click the notepad icon.